Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. Today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned. No Trials of Osiris this week, but we do have heavy metal. You'll probably get a prompt once you actually sign into the game in order to check out that new activity. There's also in the quest tab a prompt to tell you to head over to Shax and check in with him before you actually go into heavy metal. We'll cover heavy metal a little bit more towards the end of the video, but first we're going to check in with XUR. We're also going to cover all the farms, glitches, and cheeses that you can use heading into the weekend if you haven't had a chance to play very much this week. There are a number of things to do. We had the Rite of the Nine launch, and with it, the new Spire of the Watcher dungeon, well, the new reprised version of that dungeon. It's very difficult, especially if you're trying to do it on the ultimatum difficulty. My buddy Scoot and Lord Sinister hanging out with me in the tower. We were running the dungeon earlier this week. Hopefully you've been able to get it done. We'll cover a few glitches and cheeses you can use therein, as well as how to get some free stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this channel. We do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away a new console or a video card if you play on PC. You can also stick around till the end of the video for the secret hashtag to leave in the comments section for another entry into the next giveaway for this video, or you can leave a comment down below on any of the topics of discussion in today's video. That'll also give you another entry into the next giveaway, or you can leave a comment about anything I mispronounce during the course of today's video. That'll also give you another entry. The next giveaway, Real Dez also joining us in the tower if you leave a hashtag Real Dez or a hashtag Scoot or a hashtag Sinister in the comment section down below. That'll also give you another entry into the next giveaway. So to start off, for our exotic catalyst, we have the Polaris Lance catalyst as well as the Cold Heart catalyst. I believe the Cold Heart was sold either last week or the week before, so now you have the catalyst to match it. It's a very good exotic, so is the Polaris Lance, both very good for PvE. Polaris Lance might also be decent for PvP under the right circumstances, but this is a really good exotic to pick up for specific activities like GMs, especially when scout rifles are in the champion meta. We have a Knucklehead Radar with a 66 total roll for the Hunter class. I would say a very good stat distribution on this. If you don't have a Knucklehead Radar, I would suggest maybe picking this one up. We have the Peregrine Greaves for the Titan class with the 67 roll. Not a terribly bad stat distribution as well. 67 is also a very high roll, so if you're missing out on this exotic, also maybe consider picking it up. And then we have the Wings of Sacred Dawn with a 65 roll. This one, maybe not the most vital of exotics, good for PvP. 65 roll is not bad. High mobility actually works on this particular exotic because it gives you a little bit more air time, not during the actual hover, but in the jump previous to the hover. So, as I said, good for PvP. I also use this exotic a lot if I'm doing any out-of-bounds glitching. So, if you're a Warlock and looking to get out of bounds a little bit easier, this is a good one to pick up. Let me know if there's any of these that you use regularly or are tuned to a specific meta that you've been running for maybe PvP or PvE. We also have exotic class items for sale this week. So if you're looking to farm out exotic class items, remember all you need is strange coins, and you can farm as many of these as you wish. So if there's a particular role that you're looking for, now's a good time to do it. Over on our second page, we have our exotic cipher quest in order to turn any of these exotic pieces into essentially a piece of artifice armor for the time being. Remember, you can get red border weapons from the strange Engrams, so always worth turning them in. Over on our more strange offers page, remember to pick up the Favor of the Nine buff so that you can farm out even the easiest of activities in order to get those strange coins and thereby maybe some more rewards or exotic class items. You can stack this up to 3 times over the course of 3 weeks, and then running even the most basic activity like the Devil's Lair Strike in the Cosmodrome, which you can select from the Cosmodrome directory screen over and over again. You will still get strange coins. If this is stacked 3 times, you'll be getting 7 strange coins every 3 minutes, which is a really good farm. We have 1 Ascendant Shard for 41 strange coins this week. We have 5 Enhancement Cores for 7 strange coins, 13 Enhancement Cores for 23 strange coins, 17,000 Glimmer for 5 strange coins, 44,000 Glimmer, or almost 45,000 Glimmer for 7 strange coins as well. And then we have 3 Vanguard Engrams this week for 31 strange coins. We also have our strange gift offers, which is a good way to spend 1 strange coin at a time if you need to. Remember, you can get things like raid banners, but also blue armor. It's sort of a gambit when it comes to this particular reward, but still, as I said, not a bad way to spend 1, especially if you're trying to just spend enough to get your Favor of the 9 buff. Our strange gear offers page, we have the Hawkmoon with Smooth Grip and Surplus. I've been trying to cover the Hawkmoon a little bit more, as it is very, very good in PvP at the moment. So maybe consider picking it up if you don't have it. This might not be the best roll, though. We have an Arbalist, which is amazing at the moment, especially if you are running the Rite of the 9 activity. This is great for the first encounter, as well as precision damage. It does great against champions. It's sort of a go-to if you don't know what the meta is for a particular GM. So excellent for PvE activities. Definitely pick it up if you don't have it. We also have the Hard Light, which used to be really good for PvP. I don't know how it is at the moment, but interesting weapon in that you can switch the attunement, so it can be Void, Solar, or Arc. Good also if you don't know what the particular meta is for a given PvE encounter. And then we have the Queensbreaker, which is also amazing at the moment and very good for the Rite of the 9 Spire of the Watcher dungeon. Almost equal to the Arbalist, except it does better boss damage, and this particular weapon can also be used in a little bit of a glitch or cheese for the final boss in Spire of the Watcher, as this, as well as other linear fusion rifles and the 1000 voices, stagger the boss in the room before you actually, or excuse me, not before, but as you're doing damage. There's 2 rooms. You're standing in one, the boss is in the opposite. That boss will be staggered infinitely when using this particular weapon, or, as I said, the 1000 voices. If you don't have either, you can use a linear fusion rifle. That'll also do it. It's great for damage phases, helps with a 1 phase if you're on a lower level difficulty, or a 2 phase if you're on the ultimatum difficulty. For legendary weapons, we have Until Its Return with Well-Rounded, Surrounded, and the Unsatiated Hunger. This is a deep sight activation weapon available, so it can be crafted. We have the Nightshade with Enlightened Action and Headseeker. This is a decent strand pulse rifle, though it's not enhanceable, which is unfortunate, as there's a lot of enhanceable weapons. Make sure to check your Volt at all times now, as all the weapons that were released in Rite of the 9 are enhanceable, so now retroactively, if you had any of those in your Volt, as in previous seasons, those are also enhanceable now. We have a Widow's Bite with Slide Shot and Quick Draw. We have the Grid Skipper with Firmly Planted and High Impact Reserves. This is a very good weapon for PvP. We have the 7th Seraph Saw with Clown Cartridge and Firing Line. Briganier's Memory with Pulse Monitor and Demolitionist. And for the Warlocks, we have the Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard, Energy Transfer, and Surrounded. And remember, the swords now from XUR have to be picked up on the designated character that they're allotted for, but you can equip them to any character or any class. So even though you have to buy this sword on the Warlock, you could actually use it on the Hunter or Titan if you wanted. The Titans, I believe, had a decent sword. Relentless Strike, I believe, was on their sword. I don't think the Hunters had anything particularly good. As far as legendary armor goes, nothing stand out this week. A 67 on the boots for the Warlock. At least the XUR armor glitch is gone, and everything is dropping as normal. I think the Hunters had a decent helmet, so maybe consider picking that up. Remember, armor is changing. We're going to have armor sets moving into the summer expansion, so the Edge of Prophecy is, I think, going to be a really good thing for armor in general as far as an update. And that is going to be it for XUR today. Hopefully you found something helpful there. If you've watched only for this point in the video, we're going to head up to the rest of our favorite vendors really quick. Check in with Banshee44 and then Shax for that heavy metal prompt. As you saw, maybe as you signed in, there is something in your quest tab that will tell you to head over to Shax. Before we get there, though, we'll just quickly stop in with Banshee44, see if there's anything interesting as far as roles go. We have a Sonora FR5 with Surplus Wellspring. We have a Nezarac's Whisper with Impulse Amplifier, Turnabout, and Extrovert. This is also a craftable weapon. Remember, if you are crafting it, try to get the Tempered Trust Haft. That's a haft that actually increases your melee speed by half a step. We have the Taipan 4FR with Ensemble, Opening Shot, and Vice Stinger. This is actually a very good roll on this particular linear fusion rifle. We have a Planks Stride with Grave Robber, Tap the Trigger, and Right Hook, another craftable weapon here. We have the Crux Termination with, Crux Termination 4 with Slide Shot, Quick Draw, and Wild Card. This is also a fully enhanceable weapon right out of the box. Rockets are very good at the moment, and though this might not be the best roll on this one, the rolls should change at least once more before the end of the week. So because this is an enhanceable weapon, I would consider checking in at least once every day and seeing if there's something really good to pick up, as you'll get the enhanced perks of all of those things. And then we have a Path of Least Resistance with Subsistence, Bolt Shot, and Ambush. This is actually a very good Path of Least Resistance, and this can also be crafted. Remember, there's only a few times where Banshee has sold a fully enhanceable weapon, so when they are for sale, it's usually every few weeks. It's always worth just checking out. Now we'll head over to Lord Shax, who's probably been left in the cold, I think, a little bit as far as reasons to go check him out on a Friday. But we have the prompt, come join the fun. Have you? Come to join the fun, have you? Good. More is more when crashing Brigs are involved. When crushing Brigs are involved. He claps you on the shoulder, dropping his voice to Spiritual Whisper. Now I believe explosions are their own reward by a shiny new Sparrow. Wouldn't hurt either, huh? And of course we can get the new Weapon Sparrow from playing the heavy metal playlist. Now this is a Sparrow that will actually be able to shoot. The damage it does will be relevant to whatever subclass you have equipped. So if you're solar, should shoot solar damage. We have a new menu here. So at rank 1 you'll be getting some enhancement cores. At rank 2 you'll be getting some Engrams. A reroll clip, I don't know if that's an emblem. We have enhancement prisms, and then we have, I don't know what this is exactly, the reroll clip. It's a currency, and then we have the emblem once you get to rank 5. Rank 6, another heavy metal Engram. Another currency, 9 strange coins, and an enhancement shard at rank 10. More strange coins. More currency, another Engram, and then finally the Griffin vehicle. This is the Sparrow that I think everybody's probably going to want at rank 15. So all you have to do is play heavy metal, maybe get some few of these things done, get a few of the currency that might actually help increase your rank a little bit. So you can track these, which is very nice. Welcome to Heavy Metal, a battle of Drake tanks versus fallen Brigs. Primary weapon, secondary weapon, zoom and dodge. Destroy an opposing vehicle to score 1 point and collect the coin they drop. To score 1 additional point, collect coins to replenish health and secondary weapon ammo. The current leader of the match glows and has improved dodge. Defeat them and collect the gold coins they drop to score 2 points. The first team to score 50 points wins. just check out all the other things in this particular menu. We have, of course, the tower, Path of Destruction, play a match of heavy metal supremacy. So that is the quest. You can drop right in to heavy metal supremacy here. This is the rewards for those currency that you can attain from ranking up, which is very nice. Exotic cipher there. And then we have our titles. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be playing this week. I think it's really quite something that we have a new playlist like this. PvP or normal PvP has kind of been, as I said, left out in the cold a little bit. So it's good to have something new like this. And I think this is a very dynamic playlist. So I'm going to be playing it quite a bit this weekend. Let me know in the comments section down below if you plan on playing it at all this week. They'll, of course, give you another entry into the next giveaway. Quickly, we had a Vigilance Wing ornament this week, and these are sometimes worth picking up, as sometimes the ornaments actually change the scope or the sight and make it a little bit easier to aim. I think this one actually does, so maybe pick up the Strider's Pinion. I probably said that incorrectly this weekend. And then over at the Vanguard, we had 2 weapons available this week, not double drops, but just 2 different weapons that can drop on 1 Nightfall completion. If you're doing this on the GM difficulty, you'll get both of these every single time you run one. It is the Warden of Nothing strike this week. Very easy one to farm out solo or in a group, especially on the GM difficulty. We also have the Lotus Eater available, which is, I think, one of the most sought-after weapons currently available in the rotation. And the Cruel Mercy pulse rifle, that's the new pulse rifle. Remember, you can get these both in the adept form if you can complete this on the GM difficulty. It's guaranteed if you can get a platinum score. And last but not least, we'll head around the directory, and we're just going to really focus primarily on Rite of the Nine. So as I talked about briefly, you can stun lock the boss in the first room by using a linear fusion rifle or the 1000 voices. Also, if you've bought the new pre-order expansion, you might have the New Land Beyond in your inventory. This is an incredible weapon, and because of a glitch with the slide cancel reload on this weapon, you can actually reload it quite a bit faster, at least until the damage buffs and reload speed is increased by getting those precision shots. But this does amazing damage. 2 shots with the New Land Beyond is worth 1 Izanagi's Burden charged shot, so definitely pick this up and consider using it in the new Rite of the Nine activity. It's very good, especially for the first encounter. So all you have to do the glitch is essentially wait for the reload to get about halfway, and then you could either slide cancel it, or you can just double tap the swap weapons. That also apparently works, thanks to the viewer who gave me that tip. And you'll be able to just do a whole lot of damage. So definitely worth checking out. Also, if you're trying to just get any of the cosmetics from the pre-order or the New Land Beyond, but you don't actually want to purchase the full expansion yet, you can, of course, and people do this every single season and have done every single DLC forever. I personally have also done this many times. Because this is just a pre-order bundle, which just includes 3 skins and an exotic, Bungie is sort of using this as a carrot. They know that people are going to just want those things. So there is a way to just pre-order. As soon as you pre-order, you will get that whole bundle. You can pick it up at the tower kiosk, which is right over here. But then you could actually cancel the pre-order, and you'll still be able to keep these items. I would suggest, of course, picking them up first before canceling the pre-order. And you'll have them forever. So you can pick them up right now, right here. There'll be 3 different boxes. Now, depending on what platform you're on, sometimes the money will be taken out and then returned to your account. If you're on Xbox, I believe the money is never actually taken out of your account, but you do need to have the necessary funds in order to substantiate the pre-order. So if you have no money in your account, it's not going to let you pre-order no matter what platform you're playing on. But you will have the return and you will be able to keep the cosmetics. And that is going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. As I said before, you can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things will also give you another entry into the next giveaway, as well as any of the names of the buddies hanging out with me in the tower today. You can see a couple of them behind me. Remember to include Lord Sinister in that. If you've watched to this point in the video, you can also leave a hashtag Rite of the Nine, or a hashtag XUR, or a hashtag The Edge of Prophecy, or a hashtag Year of Prophecy, or a hashtag Heavy Metal in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. And once more, I'm Wilhelm Scream. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend farming out the heavy metal playlist. Remember to listen to some heavy metal while you're playing. My go-to is Mastodon. And of course, once more, I'm Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.